Okay, I'm Lindsay Broaddus, and today I'm going to be doing my musculoskeletal assessment. So first I would start with hand hygiene, and then I would introduce myself. Hey, I'm Lindsay Broaddus, and I'm going to be doing your musculoskeletal assessment today. And I'm a nursing student at the College of University of South Alabama, so is that okay? Okay. So first I would start and I would inspect and palpate your knees. So the color of your knees were tan. I did not notice any redness, cyanosis, or any other abnormal colors. I did not note any swelling, masses, or deformities on your knees. And the temperature on your knees was also warm, which is normal. And did you feel any tenderness when I was palpating? Okay. So there was also no tenderness noted. So next, if you'll bend your arms like this, okay? So when I push in, you push out. Okay, good. And then when I pull out, you pull in. Okay, good. And so next, I'm going to, if you'll raise your knees, and I'll try to push them down. Okay, good. And then I'm going to go down to your legs, and I'm going to push them in, and you push out. Okay, good. And now I'm going to pull them out, and you pull in. Okay, good. And I did not notice any crepitations in your legs or your arms. That was noted. So next, if you'll stand up for me, we're going to move on to the range of motion. You can move that chair. Okay. So first we'll start with the jaw. If you'll open your mouth, if you'll protrude your jaw, and then move it side to side. Okay. And for the neck, if you'll touch your chin to your chest, and then chin up to the ceiling. Okay, and then if you'll touch your ear to your shoulder without raising your shoulder, just as good as you can. Then the other side, and then if you'll turn your head side to the other side. Okay, good. So then next we're gonna go to the shoulders. So if you'll bring your arms forward, that's flexion by your side, extension, and then back behind you is hyperextension. And then next we will move on to, if you'll raise your arms above your head, that's abduction. If you'll put them by your side, that's adduction. And then if you'll put them behind your head, that is external rotation. And then turn back like this. Okay, I need to be able to see that part. Okay, and that is internal rotation. So next we would move on to the elbows. If you'll bend it like this, that's flexion. And then extension. And then if you will lock your wrist out, that's hyperextension. And then next we would do pronate, and then supinate. And then next we will go on to the wrists and the hands. If you'll bring your wrists out, this is flexion, extension, hyperextension. And then we're gonna do the fingers. So if you'll bring your fingers, that is flexion, extension, hyperextension. And then next, if you'll do radial deviation, ulnar deviation. And then if you'll make a fist, that's adduction, and then spread your fingers out, that's abduction, yes. And then next we will go on, and if you'll take your fingers and touch your thumb to each of your fingers, or your finger to each of your thumbs, and then do your thumb to the base of your small finger. Okay, good. And then next we will do the hip. So if you bring your knee up, that is flexion, down, extension, and then back is hyperextension. And then next we would bend the knee, which is flexion, and then down, extension. And next we're gonna do the ankle and the foot. So if you'll point your toe downwards to the floor, that is plantar flexion. If you'll point it up, dorsiflexion. If you'll curl your toes, that is flexion. And if you'll spread your toes out, that is extension. And then if you'll point your sole outward, eversion, and then inward, inversion. So full range of motions with no crepitations was noted. So next we would do, if you'll touch your toes, okay, that is flex. You can stand back up, that's extend. And then if you'll go 30 degrees backwards with your back, that is is hyperextend. Good job. And so then next we would do the lateral bend. If you'll keep your hips stationary and just move the side of your body. Good. Other side. Okay, that's the lateral bend. And then next we would do, if you'll keep your hips again stationary and you'll just turn your shoulders one way. Okay, and then the other. Good. So again, the full range of motion was noted and no crepitations were noted. So next we'll go, if you'll turn around for me, and if you'll bend slightly, okay, like that. I'm gonna pull your shirt up. Okay. So here I'm gonna look at the alignment of the spine. No scoliosis is noted and the spine is in alignment. So then next I would look and check your curvature of the cervical, lumbar, and thoracic spine. And what I see is that your lumbar and your lumbar and your cervical are concave and your thoracic spine is convex. So you can straighten back up. So, and again, for scoliosis, I did not see any signs of scoliosis noted, and your the scapula, shoulders, and your iliac crest are all even. And that concludes my assessment.